The U.S. Sun exclusively uncovered that during his tumultuous marriage to the MTV star, teen mom Jenelle Evans' husband David Eason pledged to buy his ex-wife a birthday present in text conversations. Confirmed texts from David's phone indicate just before telling Jenelle he was dreaming about Whitney Rich all the time last year, her husband offered to buy her a gift. David, 35, started the conversation that left Whitney speechless by asking, "Did you get anything for your birthday?" Whitney clarified that although her mother was providing her some money, she didn't have any further expectations. David laughed, "Yeah, you're old as hell. I can't seem to remember my age. Therefore, I don't care." He responded with, "Maybe I'll get you something this weekend to make up for the Victoria's Secret poo-poo surprise." In all honesty, I don't think it's possible to ever make up for something like that. I want to apologize for disappointing you. I was in an *** hole. I seem to let people down without even attempting to please them. Whitney stated in an interview with the U.S. Sun that she felt David's offer to get her a gift was inappropriate. He was married, and they remained together. That's not what you do. I didn't think the gift was going to happen, and I didn't want it to happen, but it's Jenelle's money, the woman continued. I doubt Jenelle wants to get me a birthday gift. I don't actually. A hurt Whitney remembered the story of the Victoria's Secret poo-poo surprise and wondered what her ex-husband was talking about. David and I had been fighting about Christmas. I was taken aback to find this beautifully wrapped Victoria's Secret purse beneath the tree because I wasn't anticipating a gift from him. Whitney, 35, reported that as her family was exchanging presents at her house, she was opening her gift from David. Some kind of *** was in the bag. I believe it was canine shit. In front of my entire family, I felt really ashamed. David continued by telling his former girlfriend that he failed her and his 16-year-old daughter Marisa, saying, "I should have done more to keep you." As the U.S. Sun previously reported, during the chat, David insulted his reality star wife's cleaning skills and shared a picture of his and Jenelle's dirty bedroom. Whitney described the conversation as inappropriate, speaking only to the U.S. Sun. Her spouse, Shane Rich, disclosed that he had been seated by her during the whole day when the texting occurred. A bedroom is a couple's private space. That's their bedroom, their intimate place. It was crazy that he would send me photos of it, Whitney explained. I was sitting right next to her, her spouse Shane continued. Can you believe this? She was texting me, and I told her to keep replying so I could see where David was taking this all. Afterwards that night, David texted Whitney and said, "You were flawless. Simply put, everything you've experienced is so much below what you deserve. That's why it brings me such sadness. I give it a lot of thought. And I can't stop dreaming about you. I'm not sure how I got here rather than where I wanted to be. I'm not sure how we got here as opposed to where I wanted us to be. I'm just really angry right now. And I long to go back in time," David remarked miserably. According to Whitney, 35, she had barely spoken to David before this discussion because Marisa had a phone since she was 8 years old. So all my communication was through her other than maybe a handful of times. Not bringing up the fact that he was still married was incredibly unexpected. My spouse and I were wed. It was inappropriate and very unexpected. David implied that he and the 31-year-old Jenelle had been arguing in the texts. He once contacted Whitney, saying, "I didn't even do anything to deserve to lose my family and my baby girl again. Why life is so cruel is beyond me." Whitney clarified, saying, "I seem to remember that at the time, they were about to split up. He gave the impression that they were about to break up, and they had been arguing at the time, so I'm not sure what the argument was over. I am aware that it was also at the same time she launched On Life Ends." Regarding Jenelle's recent endeavor, Whitney said, "I'm not sure whether that had anything to do with it." Whitney is convinced that if she had shown herself amenable to David's approaches, he would have made an effort to meet her. Given what he was saying, I have no doubt that he would have made an effort to see me. For most people, this would mean the end of a relationship, said David's ex-wife. It was also very evident from Maurice's mother that her ex did not want to communicate with her in this manner. I don't want him fantasizing about me because I broke up with him in July of 2012. 2012 saw the end of David and Whitney's 6-year marriage. In 2015, he moved on with Jenelle, and 2 years later, they were married. This occurs shortly before the adolescent's third attempt to escape, when David was accused of abusing Jenelle's son Jace. The U.S. Sun was the first to independently disclose David's criminal summons, which stated as follows: the defendant unlawfully and willingly did, being the parent of Jace V. Evans, who was a child, less than 16 years of age, inflict physical injury on that child. Their right arm and both the left and right sides of their neck bore marks from the physical harm, which was not the result of an accident. Jace is also back living with his grandma Barbara, who reared him, after Child Protective Services took care of him as a result of the alleged incident.